Hello and welcome back to the channel. I'm your host, Wamara, and today we dive into the incredible story of a heroine you may not have heard much about, Moraa Ng'iti, the fearless seer and resistance leader of the Abagusii. Her courage and prophecy sparked one of the earliest and fiercest uprisings against British colonial rule in Kenya. So sit back as we uncover the life, struggles, and lasting legacy of this legendary woman. Moraa Ng'iti emerged as a pivotal figure in the Abagusii resistance, embodying the spirit of indigenous defiance against colonial oppression through her extraordinary abilities as a seer, healer, and strategic leader. Her profound understanding of indigenous medicine and her prophetic insights set her apart as more than just a traditional leader, but a visionary who could pierce through the veil of colonial intrusion. Unlike many of her contemporaries who were overwhelmed by the sudden European invasion, Moraa possessed a remarkable clarity about the impending threats, systematically warning her people about the British colonial design to dispossess them of their lands, cattle, and fundamental freedoms. Her predictions were not mere conjecture but strategic intelligence that prepared the Abagusii community for the imminent challenges, positioning her as a crucial intellectual and spiritual anchor during a period of unprecedented social transformation. Through her songs, prophecies, and active resistance, Moraa transformed traditional spiritual leadership into a powerful instrument of anti-colonial struggle, inspiring warriors and community members to maintain their dignity and fight against systemic oppression. In the rolling hills of Gusii land at the dawn of the 20th century, a remarkable woman emerged as a beacon of hope and defiance against British colonial aggression. Moraa Ng'iti was no ordinary leader, but a powerful seer whose profound indigenous knowledge and unwavering courage transformed her into the cornerstone of Abagusii resistance. Long before the first shots were fired, she prophetically warned her people of the impending colonial threat, predicting with chilling accuracy how the British would strip away their land, cattle, and freedom. Her thunderous voice and spiritual authority galvanized the Gusii warriors, inspiring them to stand against an overwhelming colonial power that sought to subjugate and erase their cultural identity. Through her intricate knowledge of traditional medicine and her gift of foresight, Moraa Ng'iti became more than just a resistance leader. She was a living embodiment of her people's resilience, a flame that could not be extinguished by colonial oppression, and a strategic visionary who understood that the battle for sovereignty was fought not just with weapons but with prophecy, unity, and unbreakable spirit. Moraa Ng'iti, the prophetic guardian of Gusii wisdom. With an intuition that transcended ordinary perception, Moraa Ng'iti wielded her profound indigenous medical knowledge as a powerful weapon of resistance against impending colonial invasion. Her extraordinary foresight allowed her to warn the Abagusii people about the imminent British threat, predicting with chilling accuracy the devastating consequences that would befall her community: the ruthless seizure of ancestral lands, the systematic theft of cattle that formed the economic backbone of her people, and the brutal conscription of their children into forced labor. Like other legendary seers of her time, such as Syokimau and Mugo wa Kibiru, Moraa's prophetic warnings were not mere speculations, but precise spiritual insights that would soon materialize with tragic precision, positioning her as a crucial spiritual and strategic guardian who attempted to prepare her people for the transformative and destructive wave of colonial aggression that was about to engulf their traditional way of life. Moraa Ng'iti's relentless campaign against British colonial oppression reached its zenith in the historic 1908 Gusii uprising, a pivotal moment of resistance that would become a testament to the Abagusii people's unwavering spirit of defiance. Through her powerful oratory and prophetic warnings, Moraa persistently exposed the brutal realities of colonial domination, igniting a collective consciousness among her people that transformed passive resistance into active rebellion. Her penetrating insights into the British colonial strategy, predicting the theft of land, cattle, and the conscription of their children, galvanized Gusii warriors to take up arms against the invaders. The uprising was more than a mere military confrontation. It was a profound manifestation of cultural preservation and territorial integrity, inspired by Moraa's fearless leadership and her ability to articulate the existential threat posed by colonial expansion. By challenging the narrative of British civilizing mission and rallying her community through passionate songs and prophecies, Moraa transformed the 1908 uprising into a powerful symbol of indigenous resistance, proving that the spirit of freedom could not be subdued by colonial firearms or intimidation tactics. The British colonial administration's strategy of intimidation crumbled in the face of Moraa Ng'iti's unwavering spirit. Branded as a witch doctor in an attempt to delegitimize her profound indigenous knowledge and leadership, Moraa was arrested and subjected to brutal interrogation and torture at the Gusii police station. Her solidarity confinement was meant to break her resolve, but instead, it became a testament to her extraordinary resilience. Even when physically confined, her spiritual and cultural influence remained undiminished, as she continued to inspire and support Gusii warriors in their resistance against colonial domination. The colonial authorities' efforts to coerce her into submission were futile. Moraa remained a beacon of defiance, refusing to compromise her people's dignity or her own principles, thereby embodying the unbreakable spirit of African resistance during a time of extreme oppression. Otenyo, Moraa Ng'iti's nephew, emerged as a pivotal warrior who embodied the Abagusii people's fierce resistance against British colonial oppression. His capture was a devastating blow to the Gusii resistance, symbolizing the brutal tactics employed by colonial forces to crush indigenous opposition. The public spectacle of Otenyo's execution was designed to terrorize and subjugate the local population, dragged by a horse, executed by a firing squad, and then grotesquely beheaded. His body was hung on a bridge as a macabre warning to others who might dare to challenge colonial authority. The ultimate humiliation came when his severed head was shipped to London, displayed in a British museum like a trophy of imperial conquest. Under the guidance of Gusii elders, Otenyo's headless body found a final resting place at the top of Manga Escarpment, a solemn testament to the brutal cost of resistance and the enduring spirit of a people fighting to preserve their dignity and homeland. Despite the brutal attempts to break her spirit, Moraa Ng'iti remained an unwavering pillar of strength for her people. In 1921, the colonial administration struck another devastating blow by arresting and deporting her son Ongere to Kismayu, a cruel tactic designed to silence and intimidate her. Yet even in the face of such personal tragedy, Moraa continued her unwavering commitment to the Abagusii community, providing care to warriors and supporting Otenyo's family with the same fierce determination that had characterized her resistance against colonial rule. Her resilience embodied the unbreakable spirit of a people fighting to preserve their dignity, culture, and freedom in the face of ruthless oppression. Until her death in 1929, Moraa remained a beacon of hope and resistance, her legacy a testament to the power of one woman's courage in the face of overwhelming colonial might. Moraa Ng'iti stands as a powerful testament to the indomitable spirit of African resistance against colonial oppression, embodying the profound impact a single courageous individual can have in the face of overwhelming systemic violence. As one of the most remarkable seers and medicine women of her time, she exemplified the critical role of indigenous knowledge and spiritual leadership in mobilizing communities against foreign invasion. Her extraordinary foresight in predicting the devastating consequences of British colonialism, the loss of land, the conscription of children, and the systematic destruction of traditional ways of life, transformed her from a local healer into a pivotal resistance leader. More than just a historical figure, Moraa represents the collective resilience of African communities who refused to be silenced, whose resistance was rooted in deep cultural wisdom and an unbreakable commitment to protecting their people's dignity and sovereignty. Her story transcends mere historical narrative, serving as a powerful reminder that the seeds of freedom are often planted by those with the courage to speak truth to power, even when the odds seem insurmountable. As we reflect on Moraa Ng'iti's extraordinary journey, her story transcends mere historical account and becomes a powerful testament to the indomitable spirit of African resistance. Her life challenges us to look beyond colonial narratives and recognize the profound courage of those who fought to preserve their people's dignity and freedom. I invite you to share Moraa's story widely, not just as a historical footnote, but as a beacon of inspiration for future generations seeking to understand the true meaning of resilience. By keeping her memory alive, we honor not just one woman's struggle, but the collective resistance of countless unsung heroes who stood against oppression. Whether you're a history enthusiast, a student of African heritage, or simply someone who appreciates tales of extraordinary courage, Moraa Ng'iti's narrative offers a compelling reminder that one person's unwavering spirit can indeed spark transformative change. And that is the story of Moraa Ng'iti, the Gusii heroine who lit the fire of resistance against colonial rule. Her courage reminds us that the fight for dignity and freedom often begins with just one voice, one spark, and one fearless leader. If you found this video inspiring, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more untold stories of African history. I'm Wamara, and I'll see you in the next video.